Hey, what's up? What's up? Jessica here from Debru. And I'm sorry, I've been slipping on my pimping. Haven't been posting any content lately. I've been super busy building our new backend, trying to get some things up and running for Debru that we are super excited to show you guys. But I can't reveal that to you yet. So let's talk about today's topic where I want to determine what's better for you. Is it going to be Facebook ads or is it going to be push traffic? It's a constant tug of war in our community, and I want to go ahead and address it now. Let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so push or Facebook? What should you go with? Which one's better? Which one's easier for beginners? So how I usually like to approach this answer is let's break down the pros and cons and kind of figure out how it fits you as a marketer. Because ultimately, yes, we do have a recommendation and we would like to be able to point you in the right direction because at this point, your success is a requirement for us at Debru, and we want to make sure we put you where you will have most of your strengths portrayed and illustrated through your campaigns. So what should you do? Should you start with push or should you start with Facebook ads? The reason why we don't throw native or any other traffic source into the mix is because those are kind of like at an enterprise level. We know that a lot of our audience is going to be quite a few beginners and you just don't have the budget allocated in order to start there. So that's why we're really only combining or comparing Facebook with push traffic. But you also have other social PPC, right? We got Snapchat, we got Pinterest, we got TikTok. We have all of those other traffic sources that we'll eventually dive into, but they're not as profound or dominant as Facebook, so it just makes sense to start here. So this is the question that we get a lot in the forum, we get a lot in the Facebook group, and sometimes I get a lot in my DMs too. So let's talk about the benefits of push traffic, because ultimately that is going to be my preferred traffic source. It's my favorite, but then again, how I approach things is going to be different than you. So I want to give you as much information as I possibly can to help you make an educated decision for yourself, because your resources, your budget, and your time is going to wrap up this entire presentation and help you make the decision, because it's ultimately you. You're the marketer. You're the one who's taking action. You're the one who's building these campaigns, and you're the one who is going through the process. So what do you think is going to be the best for you is what you're going to have to ask yourself after you watch this video. But with push traffic, there's tons of benefits that may end up working out for you getting started as a beginner. So direct linking. Well, what is direct linking? That is where you can take your offer from the affiliate network that is already compiled and tested and optimized for you. You can take their landing page, however their landing page is set up, and then it'll redirect to the offer page where the conversion happens, where a user enters their email, address, and phone number. So, for example, with Max Bounty, it's very hard to get a deep link or an actual link to the affiliate offer page where someone enters in their email address, right? So, because you can't get that, and based on the model that we teach, we encourage you to use a survey template as your pre-lander to engage your users in order to prepare them for your offer. We never recommend just straight up deep linking to the offer page, just getting the information, because you've literally not educated anyone on what to expect. Unless you have like a database that you have potentially kind of warmed up, and if it fits this scenario, then go ahead, right? But you usually are never going to be deep linking directly from your ad to an offer. You're going to always have a stopping point or a bridge page, right? But the neat thing with push traffic is you don't have to put in the time to create these bridge pages. You can literally just use the resources that you have already given to you. So that leads into my next tip, is the custom domain. So with Facebook ads, you kind of have to make sure your domain is good. You have to make sure it hasn't been blocked in the past. Make sure there's no negative activity on it, because that could constitute for an account ban. Or with push notifications, you can go in with your generic domain that you get from your landing page builder. You can just literally do something completely random, because the domains are not going to be distributed or provided to someone on their mobile phone. Most of the offers you're going to be running are going to be for mobile traffic, and those things are not even seen whenever you're on your mobile phone. So you can get past that too. Also, you get real support. So you will eventually get an account manager if you are at like enterprise level with Facebook, but that takes a lot of ad spend and a lot of time to nurture that. And you probably have to have a network where you have contact to someone through a referral already through your network. So you may not even get a Facebook advertising rep immediately or when you reach whatever criteria fits for that, right? But when you're running push traffic, your account managers are there. So you may not be at VIP status, you may not have a direct link to them on Skype, but you will get someone who can answer your question within 24 hours. So that may be something that you need in order to make sure that you stay on track with your progression, if you need help with anything, because you may not be able to do the same thing with Facebook. And then to wrap this up is you can promote more verticals. So BizOp, Nutra, situations like that are not going to fly on Facebook. But with push notifications, you can kind of dive into those verticals. Whether or not they're going to be profitable, whether or not they're going to convert, is going to be totally up to tons of different variables, like what traffic source you use, the type of engagement from the publisher, what geo you're going to particularly be targeting, probably the landing page that you're going to be using, in your angle. But the fact that you can play with more verticals without risking an account ban is totally fun. It kind of lets you dive into and embrace your creativity. So that's why I really like push. Let's talk about the cons, right? Because there are some. Every traffic source isn't perfect. There is no perfect business. You're going to have your ups and downs. It's not going to be, oh my God, I have 100% ROI every day, all the time. No, that's not going to be the case. So it's going to be extremely volatile. And the reason being is this is a database that is completely refreshing. It may get stagnant at some point. You may hit a plateau, and you may have some peaks as you get new subscribers onto a particular database. So you're going to have your highs and your lows. You may have a day where you bang it out and have 100 conversions, and you literally the next day can have 0 conversions. Those highs and lows are insurmountable sometimes. If you don't know how to properly optimize, and if you don't know what to do with the traffic source, if you haven't asked the right questions. So yeah, completely volatile. You're going to have to work your way around that. There's no interest targeting. So if you are gung-ho on making sure that you have the right age that the advertisers require, if you want to make sure that you're targeting male or female, or if you want to make sure that you are getting people who look like this particular person who will be interested in this offer, no, not happening. Not with push. You can only go by really the connection. That's it. How are they connecting to the internet? How are they, what mobile device are they using? What browser are they on? Where are they located? What language do they speak? That's about the gist of what you're going to be able to do with push traffic. So if you are not in tune with how to communicate clearly to an audience, then maybe push traffic isn't for you. Maybe you need to have your hand held and let a platform tell you exactly how to set up your targeting like Facebook does. And it's hard to keep things profitable. I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to have to consistently refresh creatives, consistently optimize. You're going to have to stay on top of things. You're going to have to take advantage of some automation rules in order to help you navigate through hundreds of websites at one time to see where your ad spend is going. You may have to rotate tons of different variables at one time in order to keep things profitable. So you're going to have to put in some work. It's not just a set and forget situation like with Google AdWords, where you can just go for some keywords, set it up, and see what happens with the bids, right? No, not the same. And then you have too many variants to organize, as you can see as I'm explaining. You have your angles, you have your headlines, you have your icons, you have your descriptions, you have your landing pages, the type of landing pages, the geo that these landing pages go in, the type of offers that these landing pages work the best with. You have tons of variables that you need to keep up with in order to determine what is going on with your campaign, what carrier goes where, what time of the day should I release the ad, what connection is working better than the other, what mobile device should I be targeting. Literally, you have to break down everything. So the information's there. It can be done, but are you down to do it? Are you up for the task? So then let's talk about Facebook, right? Because we got Facebook, and Facebook comes with its own beast and its own beauty, because that's where we started. That's where we met. I got into this community initially off of Facebook ads. Facebook ads have projected me to earn some income that I probably would never have earned if I had a different job, right? Like working with Deborah and Colin has been great. I learned a lot of things along the way about Facebook, but let's be for real. It's fucking annoying dealing with Facebook these days. So let's just dive into the pros and cons, see if it's something that you can work with, and we'll go from there. Because actually, Facebook has really good quality traffic, and it's hyper targeted. Like, you can tell Facebook exactly who you want to look for and break it down to what shows they watch, who they follow online, the websites they visited, the videos they watch, the groups they're in, their occupation, something they've interacted with or engaged with before. It is extremely powerful. And then you have a pixel that is collecting all of this data. So Facebook is actually an extremely reliable traffic source when it comes to the user base, because it's unparalleled how much reach you have. There's billions of people online every day. So that's kind of like, well, all right, you have the traffic there. You just have to put your advertisement there in order to get the traffic to your ad. So the user base is just like bar none. You can't beat it. You can be able to leverage your campaigns and run them elsewhere, but the type of traffic and the amount of traffic that you get from Facebook is not going to be comparable on any other platform. And plus, it's scalable, right? You can go in and increase your budget, and then based on that, you're going to increase your reach. So you are going to have higher costs, but on the flip side, you should be able to reciprocate those costs with more clicks and more conversions, because if you have an optimized campaign and now you're ready to scale, well, now you can do that. It's a completely scalable platform, and it can get you to that 10K mark a lot faster than some other traffic sources, because you're working with paid marketing. So paid traffic, you can always get to where you need to be at a scalable rate. And you can go white hat, right? I understand that there are some people who prefer to go black hat. You might have to go gray hat with some of these verticals that we are teaching you guys. But if you think about the long term and you go white hat, then you're good to go. Like, you're set as far as Facebook is concerned. And then you can pursue these high payout verticals like lead generation for finance and mortgage and automotive and things like that have these high payouts. So once you're able to master this traffic source, you can get these leads for like $1 or $2, and you have these payouts of like $17 and $18. Just look at the EPC and the ROI by me just describing that situation. So Facebook is 100% where the money is at. I don't dispute that. I don't disagree with that. It's just, can you handle the hurdles that Facebook is going to throw at you? Because you are going to get smacked upside the head with account bans, because this algorithm that they just released is fucking retarded. It's going crazy. It's not, and I'm sorry, I can say the word retarded because I have people in my family with that disability, so I apologize if I offended anyone. But as far as the algorithm goes, it's fucking annoying, and I will say that again. It is fucking annoying because they're not going to admit that it's screwed. You're going to have a situation where your account gets banned on our end, in our community, and it feels like it's normal and it's the common expectation because of the type of vertical that you're running, right? But honestly, in my network, I have people who are in e-commerce and drop shipping and who are getting banned for emojis, bold words, their website link, using the same website, things like that after they get banned, like doing stupid shit like that. Like, you just got banned. Why are you going to reboot on the same webpage? Why are you going to reboot the same ads? That's retarded. But you can't work around it. You're trying to stay in business, right? So you're going to get hit with some account bans left and right. Are you prepared for that? Are you relying 100% on Facebook to make your conversions? Do you have an ecosystem set up? If your answer was no, then you're fucked. No response during the appeal process can be extremely annoying. If you have put money into something, let's say hundreds of dollars, you expect for someone to give you an answer. If you were to email us, you will most likely be redirected to me. Now, I'm not on a computer all day, but I will make damn sure well that if you spent $1,000 with us, we will fix your problem. You won't get the same respect from Facebook. It's all computer automated. They have like this third-party control situation where they're outsourcing their decisions to someone else, to another authority board. It's a big mess. So you're not going to get a response. Are you going to be the person who cracks under pressure at that point, or are you going to be the person who figures it out and moves on during the meantime? And while you're waiting for them to give you a response, are you actually still taking action with your campaigns? Do you have it set up to where your campaigns are not halted even if you hit an account ban? Because there is a way to keep things up and running, even if you have an account ban. You're also going to be evaluated on tons of criteria that you may not even care about. Your quality over quantity, how many ads and how much money you're spending, Facebook could give a shit about that. They are more concerned about the users. So if your page rankings are low for your quality scores, then you're not going to last long on Facebook. Your relevance score is important because they're considering your engagement, how relevant your content is to the audience, how they interact, how many bad complaints you get, how many angry faces you get, all of that, right? How many reports you get. And that goes into consideration with who you're competing against. Are these people competing for the same audience? Well, if they are, if their shit's better, then you're going to lose. Are they bidding for the same audience? Or if they are, and they have better ads and their costs are going to be cheaper than you, you're losing still. So when it comes to Facebook, you have to have quality at the top of mind. There are ways to work around it with the verticals that we teach you. We cover all of this in the mastermind that's coming up. We're going to release a new education product that is going to help you learn these kind of things on an ongoing basis that we're going to announce a little further in the upcoming weeks. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But if I'm scaring the shit out of you, that's good, because this is the reality of what you should be expecting. Because you're not going to get a straight up answer as to why your shit has been banned. You're just going to say you haven't been following the policy, and that's it. And you're going to be like, well, what did I do? How do I fix it? How do I avoid it? What can I do to avoid it? We get those questions too. Well, you're going to have to probably face the ban first to know what to do in order to avoid it, because we don't know how your setup is. We don't know what your payment method is. We don't know if you have been a jerk and decided to run the same ads that got disapproved or something like that, right? So you're going to get a vague explanation because it's a cookie cutter explanation from a computer. Very rarely are you going to get any human interaction when you're trying to deal with these reversals for your account bans. So are you cut from the right cloth in order to deal with this? I don't know. We don't know. So when you ask us which is better, our answer is both of these traffic sources rock out. Like, you can make tons of money. Your budget is going to make or break this decision. So if you want to get started with push notifications, you need $500 or more. That's what we recommend because you want to keep going on a consistent basis. Your daily budget can be low, but we don't recommend it. There are tons of factors involved to make sure that you can either remain profitable or you can go in the red. So 500 is what we recommend. With Facebook, I'm going to just go ahead and say 1,200. We usually say 1,000, but I'm going to go ahead and say 1,200 because I'm just adding on those extra expenses on time lost. You may have to be creative and outsource a few things. You may have some different resources that you didn't expect that you needed in order to circumvent certain challenges that you have. So I'm just going to say 1,200, and that is a big increase, right? In comparison to 500 to 1,200, that's a big difference when it comes to your budget. Can you start off with $100 for each traffic source? Probably not. No, not at all. You cannot go into this without the cash flow or the budget to support your testing. There's just no way. You need the data. So that's what it comes down to. Are you going to have the budget for push, or are you going to have the budget for Facebook? Now, your tools and your resources, because you definitely need a tracker. Like, you can do Facebook without a tracker. Absolutely. With push notifications, not so much. You need to know where you can optimize. Now, you do have the ability to track from the affiliate network into the traffic source directly, right? Because now we're on a different platform, not Facebook, where we can track things. But it's just not enough. You need to be able to look at more drill down versions of your campaign. So you're going to need a tracker. As far as when I say resources, translation services, HTML builders and editors. How are you going to do your landing pages? How are you going to get your creative set up? The type of images that you make for Facebook are going to be different than the type of images that you collect for push. So are you prepared to identify those things? Are you prepared to create those things? Let's see. Do you need spy tools to give you a boost? So what you need to get started is going to also impact or influence your decision. And then last but not least, your time and commitment. I kind of wanted to break down the differences, right? And you can kind of get an idea that with push traffic, you're probably going to spend most of your time coming up with copy, finding creatives, getting your campaign set up. That's really where the bulk of your time is going to be. With Facebook, that is also where the bulk of your time is going to be, but you also have to deal with, okay, I could possibly have an account ban that I got to deal with. So I got to deal with the approval or the rebuttal process for that. I might have to set up some new accounts. Oh, that's going to take a while. Oh shit, I might need to copy my pixel from over here and over there. Like, there's so many moving parts of Facebook that you need to be cut from a certain cloth in order to make it work. So as a beginner, I'm not trying to scare you away. I'm really not. I'm just trying to help you realize this is the reality of it. You are focused on trying to get somewhere that someone has worked years to do overnight, and that's not going to work. You have your work cut out for you. This is not passive income. Affiliate marketing is nowhere passive, not in my opinion, because you're either going to have to invest your time or your money at some point, period. How much time, how much money, and how skillful you are is going to determine which is the best, right? So ask yourself what's best for you based on this presentation. Do you think you're cut out to do push traffic? Do you need to learn how to optimize? Do you need to get an idea of how you can advertise offers globally? Or Facebook, do you want to take this high risk, knock it out of the park, know exactly what you need to do from the beginning, and relate that and translate that knowledge to different traffic sources? You could be successful with either one. You honestly can. We will make you successful with either one. Guaranteed. And I am going to give you that guarantee because I'm on the team. And therefore, if you are not asking the right questions, then yeah, you're obviously not going to make it. But if you are asking the right questions, getting support, if you're engaged in our community, if you are posting questions in the forum, if you're creating follow-alongs, if you're doing case studies, we will make sure those who take action are at least profitable or on their way to breaking even. We will get you to that point. We can't tell you where to start, though. That's not what we can do. I can't tell you what's best for you because I don't know you. I don't know how good your copywriting skills are. I don't know if you're going to just copy and paste everything that we give you. I really just don't know. I don't know if you have the money to put up in order to test daily like you need to. Because really, even though your daily minimum should be maybe like, what, $20, I may need you to up it to 100 in order to see some real results. I don't know if you have those resources available. I don't know what your schedule is. I don't know if you can sit down for 2 hours and figure out what's wrong with your campaign on a daily basis. Because you are going to run into some issues where you're going to have to dive into your campaigns and figure them out. I don't know. We don't know. But we do know that they both work. They're both great for beginners. CPA affiliate marketing is good for beginners in general because it's a low barrier of entry and it's just easy. Whatever traffic source you go with the one that you can use based on your strengths. Go with the one that builds on your strengths first. Don't go with the one that you think looks good because you want to make money fast. We get that you want to make money fast. The money is going to come. I don't want to discourage you from that. But you need to take the time to learn. You need to take the time to learn how to analyze information. You need to take the time to learn how to collect this information in a timely fashion, in an accurate manner. And then you can figure out, all right, is this even a good fit for me? I've done what I need to do. I've taken action. I don't really want to quit, but yeah, this isn't going to work out. That's what you need to be asking yourself next.
Allow me to introduce the Dice University Forum. Whether you are trying to make your first conversion on ClickBank or scale your campaigns to 6 figures, the Dice University Forum offers you exactly what you need, like high-quality landing page templates, detailed case studies, and exclusive discounts. The forum has no outdated information. All resources inside are from campaigns that are running right now. Do you want to learn from super affiliates? Check the link in the description and sign up today.